starting. So, okay.
Hello, Greyhound family. Happy homecoming week, and welcome to Coffee with the President. And I'm Patrice Caldwell, and I'm very happy to be visiting with you on this lovely, sort of overcast day. We like to get any rain problems out of the way before the real events of homecoming get rolling. So we're going to take care of that today and then have beautiful weather the rest of the week. So, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're taking your vitamins and getting your rest and staying healthy and keeping everybody in your family healthy too, because that's what we're doing at Eastern. We're cleaning everything and we're encouraging students to mask up in the classroom and to take care of each other and themselves. And faculty and staff are really helping with that. So I think we have a good, safe campus. We're going to continue to keep it that way. So we look forward to welcoming people on campus, and we understand that it might look a little different to you because we'll be masking when we're in indoor settings, but we're still going to have just as much fun. And those of you who are virtual, you're going to have just almost as good a time as if you were right here with us, because we're going to put as many of our events as we can virtual, and then have some special virtual events that you can enjoy, whether you're in Portales or in person, or 1,000 miles away. So we encourage you to look at the ENMU website, scroll down to the bottom, click on homecoming. Don't click on the US Bank Family Weekend, that's coming in October, but click on homecoming and you'll get all of the information and links to take you to events that are virtual and more information. So I'm going to walk through what we're doing, but I'm going to start with the weekend because we've already started athletic competition back, and our soccer team, our women's soccer team, our volleyball team, they're competing. Our other teams are in practice, and it's great to have them back on campus and together with their team. Our football team had really a spectacular game on Saturday. They were at Midwestern, which you probably know is the 15th ranked in the country, and Greyhounds pushed them to overtime. And even though Midwestern won 31 to 24, that is a pretty good showing for Eastern New Mexico University against a powerhouse Midwestern. So kudos to them and to their coaching staff and to those great students. I think this has been really tough to come back and compete after a year and a half without real competition. And I just have a lot of respect for those students who kept the faith and got out there and gave it their all and really put together a spectacular game. I didn't hear the first half, but I heard the second half, and it was riveting. So John and I were listening to Doc Elder calling the game, so of course we had a great time listening, but we didn't. Of course, we were not there at Midwestern. So the first thing that's going to happen with our kickoff, I guess you should say, for homecoming is Songfest, which is tonight. Songfest is a long-standing tradition at Eastern. I bet some of you were involved in Songfest. Anyway, various entities put together skits and songs for homecoming, and they perform, and the winner is chosen, and it's a lot of fun. So that starts tonight. We also have the fall choir concert tonight. If you know our choir, you know that is an excellent 5-star event, and I look forward to hopping back and forth between those two events tonight. Now, I don't know if you're into bingo, but if you are, we have bingo with the president. Yes, I know it sounds a little odd, but we do manage to have a ridiculous amount of fun at these virtual bingo competitions. So if you're interested, Tuesday night starting at 7, bingo with the president. And in between, calling B15, we actually chat with people who are, logging in from all over the country. And it's kind of a fun event, kind of a homecoming over bingo. Sounds sort of weird, but there it is. We also have some virtual slideshows that are going to be on. One is going to start Tuesday, and that's the class of 1971. So that's our 50th year. So our 50th year, they're going to be celebrating with a virtual slideshow presentation, and we also have a presentation by an alum, Dr. Cynthia Orozco. So if you're on campus, she's going to be here. She's a wonderful speaker. She's going to talk about empowering students. So we have alums coming back to make presentations to students. We are celebrating our alums from a couple of decades back, and then we take the whole thing to another level with virtual bingo. We also have some presentations by the ENMU Department of Music all week. These can be, a couple of years ago or last year or something like that, but it's great to see them. And all of those links are on the webpage. So Wednesday, we have a really great and a kind of new event, the Powder Puff Tournament. This is women's football. I don't know why they call it Powder Puff, because they know how to knock it around. So they're out at the stadium, and they have a great time, and a lot of people turn out and cheer for these teams. So you can get the campus tour, by the way, on Wednesday. I mean, there are just lots of opportunities if you go online and look at those great opportunities. On Thursday, the first production for this season will be airing. It's actually an in-person performance, Blythe Spirit. I'm sure you remember Blythe Spirit, the famous play by Noel Coward, directed by Ann Beck. And we have a wonderful cast ready to go Thursday night at 7, Friday and Saturday, all three at 7. And then there's a matinee at 2 on Sunday. Wonderful play. Our students are wonderful, of course, and so nice to get back into the University Theater Center and see live theater. There's also an art educators exhibition Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all day in the Reynolds Gallery if you're on campus, and that's in the Golden Student Success Center. And then they won't be open Saturday, but noon to 9 on Sunday. They will also be available, so you can have a look at that before you get away. And that takes us to Thursday. Of course, Friday gets a little wilder. We will be recognizing our 25th anniversary class, and that's the class of 1996 with a slideshow. That'll be virtual, of course. The homecoming golf tournament, 2 flights, will be on Friday. We'll also have the volleyball alumni match, which is pretty competitive stuff. It's at 5:30. Very fun to see. We'll have an outdoor movie if you like that kind of thing. But most important of all will be the bonfire and pep rally, which will be at the arena. So you can go to the volleyball game, and then you can go outside the arena, out toward the east, and the bonfire will be set up there. We've done it before there, you probably remember, but it's a nice location. And then Portales can use the stadium for their game on Saturday night. By the way, we also hosted this weekend 2 high school teams, Carlsbad and La Cueva.
Rio Rancho.
I'm sorry?
Rio Rancho.
Oh, Rio Rancho. I was close. And they played in the stadium, and they had a great time. I went over and talked to the police, and they said, well, they're pretty happy to be here. And I said, well, where were they supposed to play? And they said, well, Carlsbad, we think, but there was a problem, and so anyway, they're here. Anyway, we're so glad to be able to host them kind of the last minute, and they all came in and had a big fan base, and it was great to see them there. We love having high school students use our facilities too, and they love it too. Anyway, we'll have Greyhound Football at 6 p.m. on Saturday, October 2nd. This will be the sort of culminating event for lots of people, but the homecoming breakfast will start at 8, and we're going to have the parade at 11. So, in past years, we've tried to start the parade at 10:30 and 10, and so we're finally going to 11, and we actually can make it work starting at 11. So, several people have already asked me, is the parade at 11? I say, yes. I said, will there be candy? I said, oh, yes, there will be lots and lots of candy. And they said, is it the regular route? I said, yes, we're right down Highway 7, our favorite route, right down the heart of town, with people on both sides and candy flying everywhere. It's going to be a great event. The band marching, it'll be It'll be wonderful. So if you're around, I hope you see that. It's a classic event for us. There have been homecoming parades probably for 75 of our 87 years. So we've always tried to do a homecoming parade. I think this will be a bang up one. So Saturday will be the breakfast, the homecoming parade, then a soccer game at noon, which of course will be at Greyhound Stadium. Then we're going to have, well, the art exhibit will be going on, I guess. But you'll also have the opportunity, those of you who are BSU, Christian Challenge alums, we're going to have a fellowship over at the BSU from 2 to 3 on Saturday. So if that describes you and you're in town, I hope you make a stop over there and say hi to some friends. So the football game, as I mentioned, is at 6. We're playing California Lincoln University, and that's a non-conference game, but it's football. We'll be there. And of course, there'll be tailgating before. So I think that'll be fun. There are lots of opportunities for meet and greeting and eating and having a nice time. The best of that will probably be the alumni mix and mingle, and that's scheduled for Friday, 4:30 to 6:30. Now, I've gone through a lot of things, but it's all online, and you can check it all out and mark the things you particularly want to see. And I'll hope to see as many of you there as I possibly can at as many of these events. So if you have any questions, by the way, I want you to put them in. Or if you can't hear me or something like that, or if you think the lighting's bad, drop a line. And especially if you've got any comments or questions that you have, I'd love to hear that. So homecoming is a really important time for a lot of people. You know, memories come back, and it's a great opportunity for us to think back over those years when you were at Eastern and I was at Eastern. So I like the homecoming of remembering, and we can all remember. We can always do that. Did we have any questions come in, John?
Not yet. Christopher James said, "Great to see you again, Dr. Caldwell." That was the only comment we really have so far. So, and I fixed the sound issue. Todd had pointed out a sound issue, and I fixed it. So, and I apologize about that. It's a new camera setup. So, so we're good. Everybody could hear you.
So nice of you all when you think I don't remember you, but I remember. Someone came up to me last night and she said, you remember my daughter. She said her daughter's name. I said, of course. She said, do you remember when I was your student? I said, like, of course I remember when you were my student. It's really tough, though, when they come back and say, like, oh, you taught my grandmother. I said, I'm sure that she was a re-entry student. She said, oh, she was a re-entry. Yeah, it was late in life. Yeah, so I thought. Haven't taught 3 generations of students, but I'm very proud to have taught at least 2, maybe 2.5. Anyway, so the other nice thing that always comes to my mind during homecoming is you look around campus and you think how it's changed. So I want to give you a little update on what we are doing on campus. You know, we have a wonderful, beautiful administration building, but it's going to need a new roof. I know. But we're not going to change the look. It's going to look just as it does now. But that slate, that's the original slate. And if it fell off and hit you on the head, you would die. You would die. And it would be bloody and awful. So we're going to change that slate, get that really tightly on there, nice secure seal on that. We're also getting very close to letting the bid for Roosevelt Science Center so we can break ground on that as soon as winter will allow us to. And that's going to be a wonderful renovation, much needed. As you know, the science building was renovated a couple of years ago, and it's a beautiful facility. But Roosevelt has always struggled because it was never really designed as a science building, but as a men's dormitory. Not the same thing. So we're going to make that a state-of-the-art facility too. Our next project that we're hoping to receive funding for is a renovation, and actually it will be a new construction of the academic services building, which houses a lot of our very important services for students, including admissions, enrollment services, financial aid, advising, counseling, career services, a lot of programs that students use all 4 years and every semester. So it's important to us that that is a state-of-the-art building, and we will be constructing a new building if we receive the funding and support from both the Higher Education Department and the voters of New Mexico on the next GO bond, which will be November 2022. But you'll hear so much more about that later. I'm not going to weigh you down with that kind of detail right now. But every year we do repair parking lots and general maintenance and spiff up residence halls and rethink what students really need to be successful in their classrooms and in other learning spaces, labs and media side rooms where they receive online instruction. So all of that's very important to us. All of that is part of our plan to keep our facilities top notch and state of the art. So we hope if you're coming back that you have a moment to walk through some buildings and maybe talk to some students. When I was in college, not here, I always thought homecoming was really more for the people coming back than it was for students, because we would be, going to class and people would be saying like, what happened to Burnkrant Hall? We say like, it's behind that new building. We say like, oh, good. Where are you going? We say like, we're going to history. And they said, oh, is Mr. Weber still teaching? We said like, yes, he is. So it was always questions like that for me always represented homecoming. It was those who are coming back talking to students who are in school and saying, is that still here? Do you still do that? Is that still part of campus life? And then you'd say, yes, and they would just beam, because they would think, well, it hasn't been that long. It hasn't changed that much. I still belong here. And that's a good message. That's a message I want all of our alums to feel too.
We do have a question. Carla, Jean, and Aya said, Dr. Caldwell, what are some of your favorite homecoming traditions?
Oh, well, they're all my favorite. The bonfire. I have to tell you, I know that bonfires are very common at homecoming celebrations, but I remember the first bonfire I attended at Eastern. And it was not the first year I was here because I didn't know that faculty were allowed to go. I was kind of, out of it then. So the second year I said, well, can we go to the bonfire? And people said, like, of course. So I went. And at that time, we did not have the stadium, of course, because it was 1982. So it was at the arena, where it will be this year too. And I remember going there, and the bonfire to me seemed immense. And the football team was there, and the coach talked, and they introduced the homecoming king and queen, and the president spoke, and it was just what I imagined a homecoming bonfire would be like. And then as the flames leaped up, a sort of silence fell over everyone there. And I was on the east side of the bonfire looking through the flames with the students on the other side, and they were looking up at the bonfire, and their faces were all illuminated by the fire. And they were maybe talking very quietly to each other, but they were mostly looking at the fire. And then behind them were silhouettes of the alums who came and were standing up on a little higher promontory. And to see those two layers of people both watching that fire, it made me realize how, as humans, we're so drawn to light and heat and fire, and how it brings us together as that darkness circles around us, almost bringing us together even more. And that's my favorite memory of homecoming. And there are a lot like that. Almost every homecoming breakfast has people standing up and remembering events and faculty and fellow students that changed their lives and changed them as people. And those stories are also my favorite memories of homecoming. And I bet all of you have great memories too. I hope you cherish them, and I hope we make more of them this year, because we need a wonderful homecoming. We deserve it after the pandemic, and we plan to do that. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking.
Going forward into October, did you want to touch at all on Family Weekend that's upcoming?
You bet. We have a wonderful event. It's only in its third year. This will be its third year. We sponsor this with U.S. Bank, wonderful partners, community partners. This invites the families of our students and prospective students to come and visit campus. We have a really nice weekend of events. Certainly there's football, but we also have presentations by faculty about their research, tours of campus. We have donuts and coffee. See, this is how I get people to come and talk to me. There's food. So we do that at the Golden Student Success Center, which is a beautiful venue to do anything at all. And there's lots of opportunities for people to get information about Eastern, or just feel comfortable walking around the campus and having a tour, or looking at some dormitory rooms, or talking to a faculty member about a program or a course of study. So we really are happy to have October 16th, Saturday, but also we have some things Friday night, and there's sporting events that you can get into and some meals, but lots of events that really talk about the kind of school that Eastern is and what a fit it might be for students, and how families are really important at Eastern. So, if there's a student coming to Eastern and maybe the parents were not able to come during registration, or maybe they came but it was whirlwind, they can come back and meet some faculty this time, or actually look at the campus, see a classroom, and feel more comfortable on the campus, or come back if they're alums themselves. So that'll be October 15th, begins on Friday the 15th, and then Saturday the 16th. Do we do anything on Sunday?
No.
No. So it'll just be Friday afternoon, evening, and then all day Saturday, culminating with the WT game. You can also get a vaccine. Up to you. But the WT game is, kind of the high point of our football season. But there's also a volleyball game. There are just lots of opportunities. So we're looking forward to having a nice group of people here. If you are interested, again, on the main website, there's a nice sign that says Family Weekend, U.S. Bank Family Weekend, and we would love to invite you here. You sign up, very inexpensive little fee that you pay for a lot of meals and opportunities and events. So please consider that if that's a weekend that you could get away and come. And thanks to our great partner, U.S. Bank, they are great to work with, and there are some scholarships that they underwrite as well, and we look forward to giving those away to some prospective students or continuing students.
You can't forget the Southwest Dairy Mobile Dairy Classroom as well. That'll be out there.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Ag is a very big major for us and for our area, and there's going to be a special display that will be part of the Family Weekend, and if anyone has any interest in that, they would be great people to speak to. And we know that a lot of our students come here thinking about agricultural business kinds of topics that they might want to major in. So wonderful opportunity. That'll be part of our tailgate experience.
We did have another question from a Kenneth Snod early. He asked about if we were going to start offering PhD programs because he'd like to get a PhD in business administration from Eastern. And if you can comment on
I would love for you to get a PhD in business administration too. So we have had periodic requests about Eastern offering doctoral programs, and we do consider programs and the need. And just so that you know, there is a fairly lengthy review period to be allowed to offer PhD or doctoral programs in the state of New Mexico. So if you have an interest in that and want to drop me a line, I will certainly take it to Academic Affairs and have them look that over. There are just more there's more bureaucratic red tape to this than you might really ever need to know. But if you have an interest and a passion for it, I would like to hear about it. So please just drop me an email and let me know.
That's all the questions we have. So
Well, just wanted to say it's so nice anticipating homecoming with you and thinking of the ways that homecoming might have been a special event for you. As I said, it wasn't special for me as a student. What was special was those alums coming back. But at Eastern, it's special for students and for alums, and I think for the community, because I've got more questions from people who never attended Eastern about, well, are we going to do that again? Are there going to be awards? Are they going to set up, this and that and the other thing? So I think homecoming is for everybody. It's for the community, our alums, our students, our faculty, our staff. It's the way we all get together and celebrate that we've been here for good for 87 years, and we plan to stay here. So hope you join us either in person or virtually, and if you ever have any questions or something you need from your old school, I hope you will drop me a line and let me know. enmu.president@enmu.edu. How easy is that? So ask away. If I don't know, I probably know who will know. I hope you have a great week, and happy homecoming, Greyhounds. I wish you all the best for the years that you've had here and all of our years together going forward.